Hey guys, today's video is about shooting film double exposure style. So this camera right here, the Zenit 12XB, I've had this for a long time. And the reason I say that is because the reason I bought this is because I'm doing a collaboration with Ade Torrent of Old Cameras YouTube channel. Ade is a great guy. I've enjoyed his YouTube videos for a long time. And I reached out to him, I don't know, 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half ago, and said, hey, let's do a double exposure film swap. So he took some shots on this same camera, the Zenit 12XB, and then he sent me the roll of film, and I've just sat on it. I haven't done anything with it. I think I maybe took a couple shots of my kids when I first got it, but I've had this for a while. So today I'm in San Diego on vacation, and I figured, why not finish this out on the beach, take some headshots of my kids, maybe some strangers, get this finished, and see what we got with Ade and what, as I have no idea what he shot. I think he was gonna focus on textures, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. But I'm not gonna stop there because another YouTuber, friend of mine, Mik Millman, he sent me this camera, the Spotmatic Pentax Spotmatic, which is a cool little camera. He surprised us with this, and that was really cool and awesome of him. And I figured, well, let's take this next and start a roll. I'm gonna shoot a roll of 160 Portra, and I'm gonna do the same thing, but with a third YouTuber. This is Noe. I've talked about Noe's channel also in the past. Noe's also a friend of mine, and he wanted to also do kind of this double exposure collaboration. So I'm gonna begin a roll, again, of subjects on the beach, headshots, whatnot. So that's the plan. It's a collaboration of 3 different YouTubers, I guess. And yeah, and the lens that I'll be using is the same one that I have right now on the 12XB. And I love this lens. This is the 50mm 1.4 Asahi Takumar, whatever, radioactive lens that I really like. So we'll use that on the Zenit. When it's done, I'll put it on the Spotmatic, and that's the one that'll get shipped out to Noe. And I'll share with you the results when I get everything developed, and we'll see what we get. Hopefully everything works out. But anyway, let's get shooting. Now I get really excited about this sort of collaboration because in a very real way, it's uniting different cultures and different times across the world and in random and extremely unpredictable ways. And in that way, a shared double exposure experiment brings together everything I love about film photography, that random, unpredictable character that is hard to duplicate with digital, but it even enhances it. I knew that while taking these shots that many simply wouldn't turn out and that none of them would turn out anything like I thought it might, but more on that in a moment. First, I want to shift attention to Noe, who after a few weeks received my film in Seoul, South Korea, where he lives, took my film out on the streets to juxtapose some textures over the subjects I had captured. But Noe was up against an interesting challenge, which I'll turn over to him to talk about.
Alright, so here's the deal. I pledged not to use a camera for a whole year. So in order to do this collaboration, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a picture with my phone. This is the iPhone 7 Plus. And it's actually not too difficult because you can zoom in with this phone. It's actually quite great. And once I take a picture, my wife is gonna try to emulate the picture she sees on the screen with the camera. So this is a 200mm Pentax, and it's kind of tricky, but I'll be using my phone to kind of compose the image first, and then she's going to be shooting with the camera. And she's actually pretty good with the settings and everything, so she knows how to use the camera, no worries.
So hats off to Noe for staying true to his goal, which I have to say is pretty cool. While me myself, as a sufferer of gear acquisition syndrome in an extreme way and with no treatment plan in sight, I could never even conceive of doing what he's doing. I fully respect his restraint, and his work speaks for itself. But enough on that, let's look at the photos. We'll start by going through the photos from Ade. Now, I'm not going to show every photo because a lot of them, like these, just didn't turn out for whatever reason. As anyone who has shot with film will attest, stuff goes wrong, especially with extremely old equipment and fully manual equipment without light meters like we were using. And with both of us using the same roll of film, the odds of stuff going wrong is doubled. And then there are plenty that just didn't work out due to the randomness of the process. Sometimes a fantastic scene from Ade wouldn't get any help from my side, or one side would just overpower the other. But there were a few that I think were just fantastic. On Noe's side, we weren't able to line up the frames perfectly like Ade and I were, but I actually don't mind. It led to some very interesting outcomes. Again, I'm not going to show you all the photos, just the 20 or so that I found interesting and which had clear content from both sides of the globe. Because the frames overlap almost exactly at the half, you get these interesting run-on shots where one leads into the next. Here's those last three together as a triptych. I think this is just fantastic. Now, I'm far from an expert on double exposures, and I probably could have researched better techniques prior to these swaps, but I was thrilled with the outcome, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. If anyone out there is interested in being involved in a film swap with me, feel free to reach out. You don't even have to be a YouTuber, though collaborations are always welcome. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Long live film. We'll talk to you again real soon.